Man, so do I have a treat for you today? We have a legend in the building, a hip hop legend in the building. And we're going to be talking NFTs, but not just NFTs, music NFTs, which I think, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And so I'm excited today. I don't know if you can tell, I'm on the edge of my seat. Man, you're going to love this content. You're going to love what we're going to bring to you today. In fact, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because we're going to bring you some pure value today. And we have the founders of the Hip Hop Crypto Club.
Yo, yo, yo. What up?
Yes. What up, guys? What up? So first, man, he goes deep in the technology space, rich, colorful background. The resume goes on. And, he's super knowledgeable with crypto and with NFTs. And one of the things I love about this man is, if you ever heard of the term, he's not only the president, but he's the client. This man is starting a Web3 brand, but he comes from the community. He's one of our community members, and I love it. And so help me welcome friend of the channel, Kevin StClair.
What's up? What's up, y'all? How's it going?
What up?
Appreciate it, Walter.
Yes. Okay, so this next man, he needs no introduction. This man is a legend. This man is a legend in the hip hop game, a pioneer. He's had a long, successful career, very fruitful. He's put other people on and allowed them to have a successful career as well. And you know what? I don't care if you're a fan of like 80s rap, if you like 90s hip hop, if you think 2000s era is the best era, if you consider yourself a hip hop fan, then you know who this man is. And I'm talking about my friend Tash from the world famous Alkaholiks. Yes.
Hey.
What up, Tash?
Hey, what's up with it, man? How you doing, Walt?
Doing well. Thank you, guys. So I just want to welcome you guys. I appreciate, this opportunity. And I'm super excited to hear about this project that you guys have going on. I think it's going to be big. Of course, Tash, you being here, we got to talk a little bit about your career, and, we're going to ask you some questions that, the community wants to know. You know what I mean? So we're going to get a little bit.
But I don't have to answer them, though. I don't have to answer them,
though. That's true. That is true. But I just want to say, the reason why I started this channel is because, I'm a big believer in Web3. I think crypto is going to be huge. I'm a believer in NFTs and DeFi. And so I started this channel really to, document my journey, but also to educate the community. And I think that what you guys have going on, the community needs to know. I think that they're going to get so much value. And so, I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. But also, Tash, you know what? Since I have you here, I just want to also thank you for your contribution to the hip hop game. You've done so much for hip hop. And so I just want to take the opportunity to thank you as well. And so thank you guys for giving me this opportunity.
Hey, thank you back, man. It's been a long journey and everything to get to where we at. But like you said, we're excited about what's about to happen. And, thanks for having us on, man.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure, Walter. We really appreciate it. This is our first interview on camera. We've done some spaces and some AMAs, but we really been watching you and what you've been doing. Educating the community about this new wave that's about to happen. So it's an honor to us as well. So thanks, man.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it. So Kev, we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to direct this first question to you. So,
let's go.
Right away, I just want to know why music NFTs. And so let me set this up a little bit. When you think of NFTs, immediately, if you've been in the space for a while, you think about those profile pics, the Bored Apes, the punks, the penguins and things like that. But you guys are choosing a different direction. And so, I know you guys, you guys are both very successful guys. And so I know you're not doing this for the money. And so my question is, why has music NFTs really caught your attention? And really, why should, my audience and the greater Web3 community even be interested in music NFTs?
Absolutely, man. I appreciate the question. So NFTs in general I believe are going to be the new kind of technology that ushers us into this kind of Web3 era. I did a lot of research. I joined a lot of communities. There's some great things that are being built right now. And then there's some things that are like rugs and money grabs. I've been talking to Tash for about 2.5 years, maybe 3 years, about getting into this space. And it just wasn't there at the time when we first started. But now is the time, and it really is. And with music NFTs, we have the ability to offer real IP to holders, right? We have the opportunity to offer something 30 years in the hip hop game where you can grab a piece of that IP, that intellectual property, and use that to commercialize that. We really believe that that is going to bring the new utility that is available. Not saying anything that like, yo, hip hop, we stunt on everybody, right? So like stunting's cool, like, you know, getting a profile pic, grabbing a Bored Ape just to be able to like, you know, be flashy tashy on the internet and be like, yeah, this is dope. Cool. But we really believe the new era is going to be utility. We believe that we can partner with musicians to be able to take back their artistic ability through this whole medium. So we can get into all that, but you know, really music is going to be the next, I believe, the next kind of NFT leap or the next thing, that trend that really comes out, that people are going to be able to grab hold of. Everybody has music in their life, either at weddings or birthdays or just special times. So, you know, people understand music, people understand what kind of goes on with the artist as well. So it's a great entry into crypto. It's not as easy to get these artists on board playing with this funny money, but you know, we'll get them there. We'll get them there.
I love that. I love that answer. And I couldn't agree more. I believe that, you know, when you think about intellectual property, I mean, right now we go through hoops to protect that. You know, we copyright, we trademark, you know, but generally for an artist, they have to, you know, go through like some kind of intermediary, which at the end of the day, they want to take a cut all the way through. And so, you know, what you're talking about is, you know, direct route from artist, you know, to fan, and, you know, in a very safe way. And I love it. I think it's going to be big. And yeah, I definitely couldn't agree more. So Tash, I want to direct a question to you. So I really want you to, you know, take us back to the beginning. You know, tell us a story about like, how did you get into the hip hop game? How did Tash become Tash?
That shit. You got some money in the meter because you're gonna be here for a while, man.
Hey, lay it on us. Lay it on us. We want to know. You know, I'm telling you.
Okay. You know? Nah, but basically, I'm gonna sum it up, man. It's like I think that, you know, when you're born, you know what I mean, God put you here to do something. You know what I mean? I think everybody has potential to do something. They're great at something. They just got to find out what it is. And, you know, at an early age and everything. My father, he was in a group called the Chandlers out of Columbus, Ohio. So the music always been in my bones. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Then,
wow. Okay.
You know, my mother with her, you know, you know, Kevin's aunt, she used to be on the road with Al Green when I was a kid. You know, so the music always been around me. And I think that, you know, when it was a time in life that you had to, you know, choose between, you know, it's laid out for you. It's different routes in front of you. You know, being, you know, from LA and everything, it's all kinds of different routes. You know, you can go that route and you know what that leads to. You can go this way and you can go this way. And I just think that, you know, hip hop kind of, I ain't gonna say it saved my life because I wasn't in a whole bunch of criminal activity and everything. But I was just confused about what to do with my life. I was rapping it in high school, but I wasn't taking it serious. And then we met a dude named King T, the rapper King T, and Ice-T.
Legend. King T's a legend.
Exactly. And I hung around King T enough to know that with his work ethic and the way I get down and everything, I knew I could do that. You know what I mean? Because he was signed to Capitol Records and he was kicking it with us every day, drinking 40s, doing this, you know what I mean? Doing, you know, just making music, enjoying the process of making the music. And I knew that if that's all it took to, you know, to get into this game and this and that, I knew it's something that I could do. And it just ended up being way harder than I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? But all this took place, in the 90s, the early 90s and everything. So, we had a chance meeting with Steve Rifkin and everything. And Steve Rifkin he was the owner of Loud Records, the record label that put out us. We considered the first artist on Loud, but we're not. You know what I mean? It was two other groups that came out before us, Madcap, Twister. And then, he started signing artists after us. So as he signed more artists, the whole label started blowing. You know what I mean? We had Mobb Deep, we had Exhibit, we had Wu-Tang. That was considered the second group. Right after us, you had Fat Joe and Big Pun. You had I probably already said that. All these dope, iconic hip hop groups. That was the first groups on Loud before they started signing everybody. You know what I mean? So basically, with that little crutch right there, it's like being on a winning team. It's like being on the Lakers at the time. So everybody played their part to blow up Loud Records, but in the process, everybody made a name for themselves. So that's what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you said something very, very important. I think that, whenever you want to accomplish anything big, anything substantial, it's definitely going to be a challenge. But I think that what you just shared right there is definitely could potentially be an inspiration for, any kind of like up and coming artist, whether it's like, hip hop or any other, music genre or any other type of, artistic talent somebody has. I think, like you said, just putting in the work, showing up and, your dreams could definitely come true. I love that.
I do want to throw something in there. Well,
for sure. Please.
For the next question. So I grew, Rick, Tash is my first cousin, so we grew up, he knew me since I was born. And just watching his career over time, man, it's different than kind of the new artists that are coming out. He used to come back from LA to Columbus, have tapes and mixtapes and CDs and selling them to everybody and dropping off just caseloads of tapes, getting his hustle off, making sure everybody knew him. He was sitting outside of record labels, making sure that, you an exec, you work there, you mop floors, whatever, just whatever it was, trying to get in the door. So he'd go to all the radio stations and battle and rap and freestyle and all this stuff that cats is doing nowadays, scripted. It was like kicking in the door sometimes, So it was a hustle, bro. Like just watching him hustle and seeing one day seeing him on a billboard on Hollywood Ave, it was like, oh shit, all right, man, this is what this hustle did. It's been amazing to watch, bro.
Yeah. You need a good work ethic. I'm sure there's some of the most talented people right now that will never even realize their dream just because, they can't get off the couch, watching TV and whatnot. So I totally agree with that. I can respect that.
All the people that need is I'll tell you what a lot of people need.
Mm-hmm.
And it go to music, it goes to anything in life. A lot of people need somebody to tell them, to give them a confidence boost. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that they dope. Tell them that they're this or that, or tell them that they're going somewhere with their production or whatever it is. Because I notice a lot of people are too scared to take that first step,
Mm-hmm.
And how I ended up rapping and everything, just like I said, I rap per se, just with, my DJ E Swift, he from Ohio too. He moved to LA around the same time I did. So DJ E Swift, way before the Alkaholiks, he used to throw these parties that he was known as like the Kid Capri of LA at the time. Like everybody knew who he was and everything and this and that just for DJing. And what I used to do is carry his crates and the turntables and equipment to the parties. Now, the only reason I did that shit is so I could get in for free. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's all the reason I did that. I wasn't this little fluky or whatever you call it, roadie and none of that. I just wanted the girls. I wanted to get in for free. And he was the key to that. So what I'm saying is that, when I got up there with this one rap that I had wrote at the crib, and I went to his party that Friday night or whatever it was, we still in, I think we was out of high school, and this and that. And that one rap that I wrote, I said it in front of the crowd for the first time, And when I said it in front of the crowd and they started yelling my name and cheering and doing all this, pat me on the back and ask me where can they get that and all that. It wasn't even no record. I was rapping over the Biz Marquee instrumental. But they was like, where can I get that? And Then they started following me around to each one of Swift parties. The same crew of people would be there saying the lyrics to this one rap that I wrote. You know what I mean? I only had one rap. And so pretty much that was the battery that I needed in my back, though. That was the battery charge that I needed. It's like, damn, I can really do this shit. You know what I mean? And then, you know, what I mean is sometimes people need like their relatives or their friends or somebody to tell them that they're dope or tell them to keep going with this. Because most people are going to shoot you down, you know? And I think that's where a lot of careers get stopped before they even start because, you know, they don't have nobody in their corner. And I have no clue what you're going to this rant and everything. I don't know where this is coming from, but you know.
I think you're dropping you're dropping gold right now because you're right. I mean, to accomplish anything big, you know, there's definitely a level where there's like a leap of faith that's required. But you know what, to even take that jump, you need to believe. And you know what, sometimes people can pull it from themselves, but it definitely helps so much more. It actually empowers that motivation so much more when you hear from the people around you. So, I mean, I think you're saying something so profound right now. So definitely agree with that. So moving along, so Tash, my next question is, so one of the things that really fascinates me about your career and about your music really is your beats. I mean, the beats that you select, I mean, they're timeless. I mean, even, you know, there's music that you know you recorded in the past. I mean, there were bangers back then, but at the same time, I mean, right now, I mean, you can ride around the town right now and listen to that stuff. And so, I mean, just your beat selection is just off the charts. And so, my question is, I mean, how do you approach selecting beats that you're going to rap over?
Well, the ones I rap over, well, pretty much, I kind of got a formula. Like, basically, I don't make songs to the beat. I don't rap to the beat or write to the beat. You know, this and that. I got like a metronome in my head. For some reason, I don't have enough patience. I don't know if I got ADD or whatever you call it and everything, but I can't just sit down and play the same beat over and over and over and over. And you can't come up with nothing because you're too busy listening to the beat that you can't. I don't know. It's just me. I can't think like that. So, like, basically, like if somebody submits some beats, I got so many raps that I wrote and songs and hooks and everything in my head or on, well, I was about to say on paper, but nowadays it's cell phone. I got them in my cell phone. But, you know, that I can just, you know, if somebody play me some beats, I can listen to whatever track it is and go through like 5 or 6 songs that I have in my head. And whichever one I think matches, that's what go. You know what I mean? Sometimes my beat selection is terrible because it's all, you know, it's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Not what everybody likes at the time or the most popular type of beat or whatever. Like, I trip off because that's why I like this too, this NFT thing, is because you get an artist, you know, he's going to get into what he's trying to do. Me and Kevin are trying to do on the technical side, but try to give artists their freedom back. You know what I mean? You know, we think artists should wear the pants, you know. Me being a testament, I mean, shit, I probably signed like 8 whack contracts in my life, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like, you know, I wasn't thinking at the time, but you know, this platform set up for the artists to get their creativity back on and release whatever they want to. I've had major labels come to me, just like the dude with the rainbow hair. This is a true story. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine, yep.
I've had somebody call me and ask me, like, hey, Tash, and they had a major label. I ain't gonna say what label it is because they garbage, but I'm trying to do business with them, so I ain't gonna shout them out or nothing. I'm gonna say nothing, but they really wanted me to go find them an exact Tekashi 6ix9ine duplicate for them. You know what I mean? They said, can you find us somebody with the rainbow hair, with the, you know, rap like him? I don't know one Tekashi song or whatever, but it was just the audacity of them calling me, asking me, can I find a duplicate? Like that's one of the golden rules of my era is you don't duplicate, you don't bite. You know what I mean? No biting allowed. And so for somebody to call me and ask me, can I find somebody else? I had to hang up on him. Click. Go find him yourself. You know what I'm saying? I can't. But that just shows you how the game is. You know what I mean? And I just think that this is gonna be a game changer to where, you know, you're gonna hear that we ain't trying to duplicate the 90s and bring it back with the, you know, the old ass drum sounds and all that. Nah, we ain't trying to do that, but we definitely trying to keep the elements of where we started you know, have some integrity on the mic. You know what I mean? Don't just say anything. And you know, there's a lot of people dying, a lot of people dying, a lot of, you know, like a lot of pregnancies going, you know, your underage pregnancies, a lot of, you know, drug addicts being produced off the music that's out. And that's coming from a motherfucker that called his name the Alkaholiks. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from me. So you know it's bad if the Alkaholiks say like, damn, y'all taking it too far. You know.
Yeah.
But you know,
no, go ahead.
Nah, look at the time.
Okay, no worries.
This might be the earliest interview we ever did.
No, but you know, no, what you're saying is, you know, there's definitely a difference between, you know, some of the manufactured artists that they put out and, you know, put on the radio and you know, pay those DJs to spin those records and you know, convince us to like that music versus, you know, real artists that have God-given talent. I mean, the fact that you have that metronome in your head, I mean, that's just a testament that, again, you have God-given talent. And so I think that's incredible right there. Okay. So, you know, one thing I want to kind of jump into is, you know, you've had a long, fruitful career, man. I mean, you've accomplished so much. I mean, you've done songs with, I mean, some of the biggest names in hip hop. I mean, you've done songs with like Raekwon, you know, Pharrell and the Neptunes, the Dog Pound, Snoop, Outkast. I mean, come on, Cypress Hill. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, you really have done songs with like the hip hop elite, and so I mean, you're part of that club too. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's people who are just like so happy that they got a chance to do music with you as well. Who have you not worked with that you still want to work with? And again, this can be someone, you know, dead or alive, or you know, someone from the past or present, rapper, singer, producer. Who have you not worked with that you still would like to work with?
I probably wouldn't do it now because they passed on. But
tell me that works.
I always tell people that MF Doom, when he died, was my favorite rapper. MF Doom just tripped out because I used to listen to MF Doom and think like he think like me, like kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like not think like me, but he try to, you know, just not be the same as everybody else, I guess. But MF Doom, that's like I said, when he died, that's my favorite rapper. He still is, you know what I mean? Because I wish he had a chance to put out more. That's what I would have liked to have done something with, though. You know. Matter of fact, I just did one with his producer and his producer's brother, Madlib, and his brother Ono, and Cracker Jack from the Lupac, and Bishop of Mine, and all of us. We just did a song a couple of days ago.
That's big.
Jack, I think he dedicated his verse to MF Doom or something like that on there. I think.
Okay. Now I can respect that. MF Doom has like a crazy, you know, word pattern. I definitely, you know, crazy wordplay. But I love his beats too. I mean, he has a great beat selection too. And I know
that's a trip though. People don't know that MF Doom makes his own beats. Like all this solos.
Really?
Yeah, and then once he gonna do Madlib does. But all this first album before he met Madlib, that's all him doing. I was tripping off that.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's big.
And another one, as far as a live rapper, is my homeboy. Is my good. I mean, he's a good dude, man. But I would like to do one with Redman. With Redman.
Man, love that guy.
We've known each other for 30 years, and we get around each other, and we start talking about all kinds of shit, and you know, sports, and you know, I ain't seen him in a little bit, but we tour. I mean, you know, shows and parties and all that. We've been in the same atmosphere for 30 years. And it's never crossed our minds to talk about a song or doing a song or no shit like that. So I might have to hit his ass up and be like, look, this is my bucket list. You want it? You know what I mean?
I would love that too. A Tash Redman song? Oh man, I would love that. I mean, he's one of the greatest lyricists of our time, right? Right?
Yeah, he go hard.
So Tash, I mean, so okay, how did you and Kevin link up on this NFT project?
All right, let me answer that question for Kev start lying, talking about he's trying to do it he's trying to get me into this for 2 years. He didn't try very hard. I'll tell you that, man. He asked me one time 2 years ago, hey man, you heard about the crypto shit? I said, yeah. He said, oh, for real? He said, that's about to be the next shit, man. You on board? You on deck? I was like, nigga, I don't even know nothing about this shit. I said, no, I'm not on deck yet. And that was 2 years ago. And so don't let
I got the email. I got the email.
Calling me every morning like, hey, man, you tripping. That's not what happened. He asked me one time, a long time ago. That's what but I love the energy though. I feel like it's like being back on the label again, kind of, but without the bullshit. You know, my bag. If you ain't supposed to cuss on here,
don't worry about it. Be you.
That slipped out. But we're gonna but the whole thing is that the way Kevin has been describing it to me and teaching me about the NFT and what he's trying to do with it, it sounds like a perfect situation for people like me, you know, that's tired of the industry. Just that system is so played out, you know what I mean? And you know, I could tell you some horrendous accounts and shit with just music, period. It's a backstabbing industry, but you know, in the, you know, with out of the industry, there's some good, the music and good people and this and that. And I think this is a place where people could come if they just tired of the bullshit. They want to hear some. Don't have to be no conforms or whatever you call it. Like you know, pretty much if you turn on the radio, you kind of know what you're gonna hear. You know, and that's cool for them people to get brainwashed every day, listening to the same 12 songs. That's cool for them, but I just think this has a lot. We plan on dropping one song a week for like 7 weeks.
Wow.
Which is unheard of in radio world. You know what I mean? They might sit on one record for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Absolutely.
Kevin could really break it down really in a nutshell what the whole plan is though, on the whole what we see.
Yeah. So Kev, let's jump to you. I know you guys have some upcoming, you know, NFT drops, but you know, I want you to tell us a little bit about the Hip Hop Crypto Club. I mean, what is the Hip Hop Crypto Club? Can you break it down for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Hip Hop Crypto Club is a collective of artists that are coming together with industry tastemakers, with, you know, Web3 developers, artists, and the community to really put together a project that's going to kind of change the game in hip hop and hopefully the culture, you know. So I don't like to say that we're a record label. I don't like to say that we're a distribution company. I don't like to say that we're a publishing company, because we do all of that, but we also, you know, introduce folks into this Web3 space. If you come with your own artist, cool. If you come with your own developer, cool. Whatever you come with, let's go. We can partner together. We're building a community, and we're really making this happen. So you could call us a label, but really I call it a collective, right? It's a club. And, you know, the first VIP entrance into that club is going to be the Tash Pass. That's our Genesis token. And with that Tash Pass, you're going to get VIP access to the Rap Life, right? So if you remember, you know, Tash's first solo album, Rap Life, you know, is we're going to play off of that. So he knows everybody. He's got a 30-year career. We just named a couple names. But what we're really trying to do is partner with the community, partner with the fans, partner with the everyday investor to go in and create the best catalog we can, create the best music we can, and exploit that the best way we can in Web3. So the Tash Pass comes with 4 songs. The first song is going to be at mint, and then you'll receive 3 others throughout the year. And that's not really part of that 7 song package that we're talking about. These are going to be exclusive to the Tash Pass holders. First song is called Party with Tash. It's a banger. We'll give you a little sample you can play at the end of the interview. It's a banger though. There's going to be 3 different versions of that song. So kind of the versions change up a little bit. So, you know, you never know which version you'll get. You may get a version with Dina Ray on it. She's known as, you know, Track 13 Girl, where, you know, she used to be on all Eminem's joints and things like that. We got a version with Red Grant on it. You know, he's my fraternity brother, Yo Noop. But he's a comedian running for mayor in DC. So, you know, and then we got a smash up. So, you know, different versions of the song, something you couldn't do in the regular industry. We're really going to try to exploit that as well. And then you're going to get the stems, You're going to get, the different instruments and the different sounds from those songs. And you'll be able to get a limited commercial license to make remixes or derivatives from that song. So, Party with Tash, you may like the beat, you may like a hook, you may like a verse from Tash. You always wanted to be on a song with him. You can take that, make a remix, and then put out 1,000 remixes through us. You don't have the distribution license yet, just because technology's not there yet, but we just want to control it all right away. But you can put that out. You can make money off of it. If you have a following, if you're a dope rapper, whatever, you can just get that off. So we're going to be doing that with all of our music NFTs. You'll get the stems, you'll be able to mix them. You may, something we put out. Tash has got an artist coming out named Junior Boy that he manages. So he's going to be putting out a lot of good stuff. So you can take a track from him. He's got a, nice harmony style to him. So, you may take a hook and throw it on with Tash, or you may just do whatever creatively. We're looking for producers. We're looking for DJs. We're looking for folks that are in these clubs. You may mix it with an EDM beat, or you may, do whatever you want and put your own style to it to create something different. And that's what we really want to do. Create a different sound, give back the creativity to the artists. We don't want folks walking into a boardroom with their, babies, as Tash calls them, and them telling them, nah, I need something that's a little bit more hardcore, a little bit more gangster, a little bit more death to our community. I mean gangster, so, we're like, look, man, get creative, do something you ain't never done before. There's a couple things that I'm like, that I'm against, that I'm like, nah, we're just not going to go there. But I'm not getting into the creative process of telling, Tash or any of these guys what they got to rap about and what they got to come about. I'm hoping it's going to be something different. I'm hoping it's not the same BS that everybody rapping about, because that's just played out. But we'll see. We'll see what the community comes up with. There are a whole lot of other things that we can get into, but that's the overall gist of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. No, I love it. One of the things I think you just said that I think is just so incredible is that, the Hip Hop Crypto Club is not a record label, even though you can offer, some of the same things that maybe a label can offer. But, there's a lot of stigmas that come with a record label. And so when you're using the word collective, immediately, I associate that with almost like you're partnering with the artist. It's not like you're trying to take from them or you're trying to, enslave them. Hire them. You're trying to partner with them. You know what I'm saying? And so
on that note, Walter, man, we only sign artists to a project deal, right? So right now, the only thing we got on paper is the Tash Pass, right? So Reek could walk away tomorrow, or Tash could walk away tomorrow and go sign with Snoop if he wanted to, right? Or, if we're not treating him right, he's not locked into with the Hip Hop Crypto Club, you're 7 years and you got your 5 albums and we'll put them out when we want, and none of that, right? It's one project when you're done. And projects are songs, or they can be EPs, or they can be album, whatever you want that project to be. We partner with you, we get you your artists, we get all the technology together. And if we don't treat you right, guess what? You can walk. And what did that do to the NBA when it put the power back in the players' hands, right? When free agency came around, right? So that's what we're trying to do with the artists. It's like, oh no, label, you're telling me I can't do this. You're telling me I can't. I'm out. Boom, and they drop their one project and they're out. So we're hoping that we treat everybody right. We treat them with respect. We let them be creative and do what they do and how they made their name, and just partner with them. And then if we treat them well, hopefully they stay. If we don't, I'm sure they're not, but Yep.
No, that truly empowers the artist and puts them in control. And that's so different from, some of the deals that are structured nowadays. You just mentioned having, the next 7 years of your life locked up, but there's also those 360 deals where they want if you shoot a commercial or, whatever you do, they want a chunk of that. So the fact that, again, you're putting the power into the hands of the artist, I think is big. And I think, a lot of artists are going to, once they understand what you guys have going on. I mean, it only makes sense to me. It only makes sense. So just kind of getting back to the Tash Pass and this Genesis drop. So what can the fan really expect? I mean, do they get just the song? Do they get just the Tash Pass? I mean, on that first drop, I mean, what all is included on that first Genesis drop?
So this is the most exclusive NFT we're going to be dropping, right? Tash is a founder of the Hip Hop Crypto Club, right alongside with me. I couldn't do it without him. I don't know how these labels think that they built these artists when these artists built these labels, right? And I'm living it. Like, I know, like, no way, no one's listening to Kevin, right? So Tash Pass, what do you get? You get a song. Those songs come with stems. Those stems, you can do a commercial, you get a commercial license that you can remix, put out, and commercially make money off of. That's with every NFT that we're going to be dropping. So that's not special to the Tash Pass. What's special to the Tash Pass is it's limited. There's 2,000 of them. They will give you whitelisted to every project that comes out in the future. So let's say, we give a Tash Pass and one of these songs to E Swift or Madlib, right? And they make a banging remix, and they can only put out 1,000. Well, you've got 2,000 Tash Pass holders. That's not going to go to the public. It's going to sell out immediately. The public's not going to be able to get to it, right? So these are going to be really the gatekeepers into what's getting snatched up, what's going to the public, what's not. As well as, we will have 10,000 drops. We'll have 5,000 drops. We've got a 500 piece drop that's coming up. That's going to be crazy. So, that's a utility. I know people say whitelists aren't a utility, but when you're dealing with 30-year careers and trying to get into these catalogs, that is a utility. So that's one, or that's two. The next thing is we're throwing a party, CNFT Con, Vegas. Tash lives in Vegas. A whole lot of rappers done moved to Vegas. It's the new Hollywood. It's the new LA. It's the new scene, right? So when y'all come to Vegas for CNFT Con, the biggest after party y'all have ever seen. I don't know if y'all been to an Alkaholiks show, but they're notorious for knowing how to party. So we throwing the biggest after party you've ever seen. It's about to be dope. Tash Pass holders get VIP access. We're going to take a select group of those. We're going to take them to dinner out in Vegas. So there'll be a raffle for those Tash Pass holders to sit down with Tash and chop it up, break bread, all that. As well as more utility. We got more utility. So in the Discord, there's a Tash VIP access area. Only Tash Pass holders will get to be able to sit down with them. We're going to use these folks as our A&Rs. Be bouncing ideas, bouncing beats, bouncing verses, bouncing hooks, taking them into the studio with us, all that good stuff, that behind the scenes stuff that, you've never seen before, probably in watching someone make an album, or make a track. Be giving folks shout outs, things like that, getting to really know Tash. She'll be in the Discord, the regular Discord, but not as much. We got some of our other artists in the Discord on that regular channel, but we're going to gatekeep some of that VIP access. So we will have some Discord AMAs where we'll bring some celebrities around, bring some industry folks to ask and answer some questions. So, all that good stuff in there. And then, so those are the main utilities. There will be another 3 songs that are dropped throughout the year, just airdrop to folks as well. And then, with the Hip Hop Crypto Club, 50% of all proceeds go to the artist right off the bat. Boom. 50% go to Hip Hop Crypto Club. Out of that 50%, there's a percentage that go to the community treasury, and that's owned by these holders, right? And there's governance by these holders. Well, the Tash Pass is going to be one of our first governance token. Once we get that going, We hope to move everything over to a DAO eventually. So, you know, these are the first governance tokens for that DAO when it happens. So, you know, it's really your key into everything Hip Hop Crypto Club. I've seen Tash and the Alkaholiks kind of, you know, and the whole Liquid crew. I mean, it's not just Tash, it's not just E Swift and King T, it's a whole crew. You know, they've really come together and put a whole lot of folks on the map, and, you know, built a lot. So, you know, this is time to do that again in Web3. And, you know, to make that happen, you got to get a Tash Pass. So if you want part of those other projects, you got to get a Tash Pass. If you want to vote on that community treasury, you got to get a Tash Pass. And let me tell you what that community treasury is. Let's say we've got X amount of thousands of dollars in the community treasury. And we say, hey, Tash, go cop a verse from Redman. Bling, tap. Hey, Red, we need a verse. How much is it going to cost? Hey, y'all, he said it's going to cost this. Okay, yeah, we got it in the treasury. Go make that happen. Cool, yeah, let's go make it happen. That kind of voting, that kind of stuff, you know. So that's what we're talking about. The community putting their own projects together, and you know, Tash may not have to be on it, right? He may be, he may not. So whatever the community really comes up with and wants to vote on. Eventually, you know, we're going to be old and gray and grayer, right? And, you know, we're going to be behind the scenes, and the community is going to be making some of these decisions. So get in early, be an OG, join the Discord, get that OG Discord role, and let's start building together, you know?
That's big, man. I mean, you guys are really doing a good job of packing a ton of value into this first Genesis drop. I mean, you know, not only, like you said, I mean, not only are you getting the songs and the stems, but I mean, I know the value in being on that whitelist and getting access early. But, you know, one of the things that really stands out to me is the fact that, you know, you get that opportunity to live that rap life and, you know, hang out with Tash. And, you know, let me say, man, I mean, Tash, if you're listening, man, you're a rock star, man. You know, I actually kind of debated about sharing this, but I got a quick little Tash story that I want to share with you guys. I think it definitely connects pretty well. And so, you know, Tash, you know, obviously I've met you, you know, but, you know, I first met your brother. Okay. And I was actually I'm friends with your brother. And years ago we were out in Vegas, and it was New Year's Eve. And again, I hadn't met you yet. And so we're out on the strip. And he's like, yo, we're going to tear up the strip. And then afterwards, Tash is throwing an after party. You know, we're going to go to his house and, you know, he's throwing an after party. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. So, you know, we do that. We tear up the strip, and then we end up, you know, at your house, probably like around like 1 a.m. And I mean, it is popping. It's just like, you know, we pull up to this big old house and it's just popping. I mean, it's like a scene out of a movie, which you would really think, like, if you were to, you know, imagine what a rapper's party looks like. I mean, this is what I saw. I mean, just people everywhere having a good old time. Cool. And so you're everywhere. And so your brother's walking to the party like, hey, asking people like, hey, have you seen my brother? Nah, I haven't seen your brother. Hey, have you seen my brother? Nah, I haven't seen your brother. And he's like, he went to like, I don't know, a handful of people. And finally we get to somebody, have you seen my brother? He's like, yeah, you just missed him. He said him and the homies were talking about, you know, going somewhere. And they decided in this moment that they were going to go to the airport and just fly out to, I don't know where you guys are going, but you guys decided, I mean, after midnight, you guys are going to fly out to somewhere else. And I was like, this man is a rock star. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like in this moment, on a whim, you know, you decide that you're just gonna no plan at all. You're just gonna go to the airport and fly wherever you guys are going. You know what I mean? But what also really stood out to me was the fact that you didn't shut the party down. I mean, this was a party at your house, and you just let the homies still party at your house and didn't shut it down. I mean, I've thrown many parties. And, I mean, and let me tell you, I would not let my friends are a bunch of knuckleheads. So I wouldn't let them tear up my house. But I realized in that moment, you know, I mean, you're doing life differently. And so in that moment, I was like, I started writing down goals. I was like, I gotta live this life, whatever it takes, man. I started writing down goals, doing, you know, affirmations, doing it all. I'm like, man. So, I mean, if you get an opportunity, my point in saying that is if you get an opportunity to hang with this man. Take it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, he definitely knows how to live that life. That was fun.
I wonder where we was going. I don't know, man, but
I don't know. I guess it was just
like one of them weekends, man. You know,
it was just a conversation. Hell, yo, let's just go. And then, I mean, I couldn't believe after midnight, no plan at all, just jumped on a plane. I was like, man, I respect that so much.
Damn, I don't remember where we was going, but we here now. Shit, so
yeah, right.
It's hilarious.
That's what I'm trying to bring. But see, that's my brother. When you said, which brother did you say you met first before me? Because my brother Brandon.
I met Smitty.
Okay, Smitty hadn't moved to Vegas and opened his tattoo shop yet. You talking about back in the days, but Brandon, my other brother, he used to live with me. So when I left, when I went on the plane and I left with whoever I left with and everything, I left him and Quest like to be responsible to make sure nothing gets broken and you know this and that. So I ain't just leave just anonymous people in the house. So if you write down goals, that wasn't, you know, a goal is make sure somebody you know lives there. You know, but shit, man, like but that's what I'm trying to bring back, that fun to rap, because like Kevin said, like I don't knock anybody's creativity. You can rap about what you want to. Like Ice-T used to always amaze me because they call Ice-T, you know, the OG gangster rapper. If you really listen to Ice-T's lyrics, every one of his gangster raps ends up fucked up. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the rap, or the end of my bag about the language. But it ends up the reality of dealing drugs, gang banging, pimping, all the different reality stories that he kicked. He always told you the end result. Death, jail, da-da-da. Nowadays they glorify it. So they'll never tell you that all this shit can get took from you. They'll tell you that it ain't no fun laying in a hospital bed and you can't walk no more. They don't tell you that, you know, that these dudes is like trained assassins out here. They coming through your window, kidnapping your mama, all over rap music. You know what I mean? Everybody try to be tough. But, you know, I just want to bring back an element to where, like I made a song, I don't know how old you are and everything, but I made a song about, like, you know how you got different elements like B-boys, B-girls and everything. And basically the song in so many words is how come underground, a lot, you know, the stigma for underground rap parties and everything is like sausage fest. You know what I'm saying? Like no chicks go to underground shit. So I made a song about it. It's called Feeling Yourself. It's called Feel Yourself. And really, I'm trying to bring the chicks back to the under, because they come out for the alcoholics. You know what I'm saying? They come to our parties and everything, but I went to a couple underground parties in the past, and I was sitting there rubbing my head like, damn, man, how you rap in front of 300 dudes? It's like, I could have threw this in jail. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I don't get it, but.
Speaking of that, we need women. Come to Hip Hop Crypto Club. Join the Discord. We need women. Let's go, Web3 women.
Yeah, they take that.
So Tash, you just said something that, you know, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, when I think about your music, when I think about the Alkaholiks music, you know, I associate that with just like fun music. And that's something I really have like an appreciation for. I think that because you guys make, you know, fun music, you have this appeal to a wider audience. And I mean, when I think about, you know, even like the video you guys did with like Pharrell and like even Earl, we'll talk about Earl in just a moment here. But when I think about, you know, the imagery you guys portray, it's like, I really believe that it depicts what hip hop actually looks like. You know, hip hop's not just, urban music or music for minorities. You know, hip hop, I mean, especially right now, hip hop is worldwide. I mean, you could probably attest to this. There are people in other countries that don't even speak this language that knows the words and, you know, the lyrics to your song. And so, you know, my question is, what's your guys' approach, or, you know, specifically, what's your approach when you're actually creating music? I mean, are you thinking about that too? Are you thinking about appealing to a wider audience, or is that just kind of like a byproduct of just making just really good music?
I just come from the heart, man. Like whatever pops in my head, you know, I make a song about it. If I present it to the world, that's because I think people gonna like it. I never did a song I didn't like, you know. But hey, real quick, I want to chime this in too. What you were just saying about hip hop and the international appeal and all that stuff. My daughter just got married last Friday, and
congratulations.
Thank you. I ain't get married, she did, man. But she married a black French soccer player, right? But he's from Morocco. So he's really African, Moroccan, French, and he lives in Vegas now. But anyway, I sat down with him. He has like a broken accent, broken English accent, I guess, because he's still, fluent French. But he, you could pick him up. You can understand what he's saying. And when I took him out to eat the first time, he seen my music and everything, and he told me that how he learned English is through hip hop music. And he said he used to listen to, I don't know if he said Pac or Biggie or one of them. He said he would just play that over and over. And then he said he went and looked up and figured out, what the words meant that they were saying. Wow. Studied it. Then that led to other songs that he knew the words to. It was like a course in English course, all through hip hop. I was like, you didn't have a translator or you didn't go to school? Nothing. He said, nope, just hip hop, just music. That's it. And that was the first time I ever heard that. You learned a language off of, like, I couldn't sit down and listen to a whole like Mexican album and learn Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Nah, hip hop. No, I appreciate that story because and that's amazing. But that's really what it comes down to. Hip hop is a culture in itself. It's birth so many different styles, and people can the way people dress. We see it on TV, we see it in movies. Hip hop has definitely impacted the world, and so. I love that. That's amazing. That really is amazing. And so I kind of tapped on Earl, but I just real quick, one of the things I think about sometimes when I think of the imagery of the Alkaholiks, so many different things come to mind, but definitely Earl is one of those things that definitely come to mind. And so, that's one of those like iconic, images. And so my question is like, where did that even come from?
Earl, really, tell you the truth, that's Kevin on a Friday night, man.
They snapped a picture.
I got it from my, but how did Earl come out? Earl, actually, man, we needed some artwork for our first album, 21 and over. And tell you the truth, I have no clue who the dude was or where he's at to this day. But I just remember I met him a couple of times, and it really was a white boy. It was a surfer. Like from that J-Ro knew from like Huntington Beach or somewhere, some surf town and everything. And I just remember that J-Ro, he said that the dude drew a bunch of them or something like that. And he told me to drive out to Huntington Beach or wherever to look at them, like the different logos that he had and everything. As soon as I walked in, as soon as Swift walked in, J-Ro already had, I don't know if he had it circled or something. I can't remember. I used to drink a lot. I used to beat Earl for real, but you know what I'm saying? But I just remember we all saw that one and we just looked at it like, that's it. And I remember the people that we showed it to and everything, they were like, dude, that is the most corny, elementary, cheesy. My daughter could do that. Like, cause they was looking for like graphic artists and Loud wanted to hire this, this one motherfucking artist from New York and all this. This is just a white boy drunk, just freehanding something fresh off the waves, you know what I'm saying? And all this, and we loved it. And everybody else is, once it came out and everything, it just blew. Like we was kind of like kids. I don't even think I was 21 when 21 and over came out, but I gotta look back and see. But I just remember that name had never been heard of before, and people thought we was crazy naming ourselves the Alkaholiks. And we was. We got now we had to live up to the image. When you gotta live up to the image, that's a tough one.
That is a hilarious story. When I look at it, I see it looks like to me like, almost like some graffiti art. Yeah, right there. There's Earl right there. It looks like a graffiti artist, put that together. But like I said, that's hip hop right there. And I love the informal, laid back approach. Like I said, that just kind of adds to the overall style and whatnot. So I love it. All right. So Kev, just kind of getting back to the project, where where can people find this NFT? I mean, where are you guys going to launch this? I mean, are we talking like Ethereum? Are we talking Solana? Where are you thinking about launching this?
So no, we're not talking Ethereum. We're not talking Solana. Although, look, man, I don't want to be banging on blocks. You know what I'm saying? I have some Ethereum in my bags. I don't have any Solana, I'm going to be honest. But I have a lot of different crypto, right? It's not just the chain that we're dropping on. I've done a lot of research. For our business model, man, really, real talk, Ethereum just wasn't the place to be. When you've got, other side coming out or Bored Apes coming out and you've got to drop 15,000 on gas fees just at a chance to get it, and you lose that and you still don't get it. Like, nah, that's not the business model we were really going for. We want to be able to sell remixes for like $20, $10, like you can't do that on Ethereum and spend $60 on gas fees, right? So we're going to be dropping on Cardano. Cardano is, we believe, the next blockchain. After, Ethereum, it's going to be Cardano. We really like the whole mission of trying to bank the unbanked, working in third world countries, partnering with Africa, and really just trying to be the people's, crypto. The community's insane, so we really love the community there. That's not saying that we're not going to be interacting with other communities. We're putting together something right now where, we're going to do kind of a versus style, block versus block type of challenge, where they got to bring their MCs from their block, and we bring in our MCs from our block, and we about to wipe the block, bro. These folks. So, I'm excited about that, but a little competition. But, we believe that once folks really start to see Cardano, start to see what it offers, the transaction speed after the Vassal hard fork, we really believe that's going to change the game. If you're doing a billion or a million transactions a second or something crazy they're going to be doing, that's what the metaverse needs. You can't be doing 17, 25, 21 transactions a minute or a second and think that's going to move a metaverse. So, so we're dropping on Cardano. If everyone wants to find us, the best way to do it is through our Twitter, HH Crypto Club, or go to our website, hiphopcryptoclub.com. And then join the Discord, man. We're chopping it up. We're giving out alpha. We play the song a lot in the Discord, so you get sneak peeks of songs. We talk about new projects that are coming up in the Discord. So, we've already got some folks from Liquid Crew, from, Tash's whatever lineage or whatever that are part of the project. So, you get all that in the Discord. So really hop on that Twitter, click the Discord, hop in the Discord, get one of those OG roles, and let's get this thing popping, man.
I love it. Yes. Just the fact that you even mentioned Cardano. If everyone who follows my channel, they know that I'm a big Cardano bull. I believe that Cardano is going to be the next dominant blockchain. They're just doing so many different things right, and not only that, they have a strong community. So I love what they're doing over there in Cardano. And I think that that's probably, one of the greatest decisions, like you said, not to knock some of the other blockchains, but, like you said, with Ethereum, gas prices are just too ridiculous. Solana turns off their blockchains, too often, you know what I mean? So you just can't, you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. So, but Cardano, their approach to development has been very structured. And I really believe in what they're doing. And so, I think that's a really good choice to go with them, especially for the long term. And so, I can tell that you guys have put, a ton of thought into this project. Even just kind of reviewing, the premise of the project and, this first Genesis drop and all the value that you're packing into it. And so, I'm just hoping that, you guys can share a little, some details on what you have planned for the future of Hip Hop Crypto Club.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So, Walter, our first kind of phase, we have a 3-step phase. Our first phase is to bring in top-notch, time-tested IP, intellectual property, right? And that's hip hop. That's the music. That's the 30-year career that Tash has had. That's the career that all of his boys have and gals, because we're not just bringing in dudes to the Hip Hop Crypto Club, right? So, all the connections that they have, all the ability to, hey, once this works and once they see that this is a viable vehicle to get their music out and get it out the way they want, the floodgates are going to open. So that's our first phase, right? Bring in that celebrity, bring in that amazing, and we got some amazing talent on Cardano that are independent artists. So I'm not knocking any independent artists whatsoever, right? But what we need as a community is to bring crypto mainstream, right? To the retail investor, to the retail buyer, not even investor, to the retail buyer. So, they know these acts, they know these folks, they follow Tash in his career for 30 years. So, that's number one. Number two is to take that investment because, what are these NFTs really? They're businesses that people are building, right? And you have an opportunity to invest in this business, or at least, crowdfund and kick this business off, right? So, we're building a business. And that second phase is we are building on the Cardano blockchain. We are building technology for artists to be able to make this a seamless vehicle for them to be able to get off and for the fans to be able to get involved, right? So some of the things we talk about are like future utility, future development that happens. And then some things are available right now with the technology, right? So we want to help build some of that. We want our community to help build some of that. We don't want to own it all or be this conglomerate, but we do want to help foster that in so that the system is set up and invest in that. And then third phase is really just starting to really have fun and really start to bring in that new technology. We've got some, fun technology that we're building called MetaStem players. Where the metaverse is already in full swing. We're creating 3D turntables and mixers to be able to mix these stems together in the metaverse and kind of put on your own party and carry around your songs and your NFTs and things like that. When all that stuff really comes to fruition, probably in 2-3 years, right? So there may be a bunch of people that ended up burning their Tash Pass song to create a remix, and you've got very few left, right? And now, there's a new license that's available from the Hip Hop Crypto Club. It's not just the limited remix. You can put this on streaming service and you can get some of the streaming rights, because now we can track it and those systems are available. They may be available from us. They may be available from other companies like, Noom's building some great stuff. The listening room's building some great stuff. So, there's a lot of folks on Cardano building some really dope things. We don't have to build it all, but we just have to be able to take advantage of it and exploit it. So as that technology grows, we're going to offer different licensing to be able to get those commercial benefits, to be able to promote these songs, to get these songs into, Web3 movies and video games and all the, the metaverse. The metaverse is going to be boring as hell if you ain't got no music in there. Right. And I'll be damned if you're going to be able to take licensed music and just drop it in your video game and charge folks for it. So, right. So, that's kind of the business model going forward. It's going to take some time to get that technology to where it needs to be so that everybody is able to track things and keep things and it just doesn't go out and get, stolen or whatever. But first thing is just to get that catalog, grab some of these folks this is their last kind of run, right? in the music game before they get behind the scenes and start managing and start, calling some of the behind the boardroom shots, I call them. So let's get that era of intellectual, amazingness. And I think it's insane because it's like, Tash was a kid when he started, but now he's got 3 kids and he's got a whole different perspective on life. Right. So, you're not going to get the same perspective as you got as listening to an 18-year-old kid as you're going to get listening to an adult man. You know what I'm saying? So now we've got all of these rappers that are going to be able to come out and spit just jewels, for the whole culture, for the whole community. And it ain't gonna be led by, here's $1 there, $1 here. It's like, nah, I want to leave a legacy to the next generation. So, and they got the artistic ability to really paint those pictures and make that happen and put these words together. So, the things that you're going to hear, the things that you're going to have access to, it's going to be phenomenal. And, we just want y'all to come build with us and make this happen.
Yes. Well, I love the direction. I love what you guys are doing. I got to get a Tash Pass. I got to get one. I mean, I want to be a part of this. Only 2,000. I'm going to be there at Mint because I got to make sure I secure myself a Tash Pass because I need to have one of these. And of course, you know what? I'm going to throw some links in the description. But just do me a favor. Can you shout it out one more time? What's your socials? What's your website so the audience can hear it?
Yeah. So website, hiphopcryptoclub.com. Twitter, hhcryptoclub.com. Instagram, cryptoclub.com. Sorry. And then, make sure when you go to the Twitter or the Instagram or the website, click on that Discord, join the Discord, hop in there, holla at us. So Tash has got updated that and turned on a new one because there's about 3 other ones out there that we don't have access to. So it's what is it? Rico_Tash, right?
Man, this garbage truck almost hit me. Y'all ain't see that, man?
I did see that shit. I was like, damn, that was close.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, this one. Like I was about to talk about go viral. Who's about to go viral right quick? I don't know if y'all gonna be winding this tape, but that trash truck was coming right behind me, like about to hit me. And in the last second, swept around me, man. But what you said? What was the Tash Pass? I couldn't hear the garbage truck.
Your Twitter, Rico_Tash.
Yeah, I believe so. Like Kevin helps me on this technology stuff. Kevin helps me. So.
No doubt.
Shit.
My IG is Tash of the Alkaholiks, but you got to type in Tash, TASH _ of. Like you got to separate the words. It's the only way. Well, it's a long ass IG, but it's Tash of the Alkaholiks. But as soon as you type in Tash and the underscore, I'll pop right up.
Okay.
Join that I'll make sure that he'll be going live all the time, so you'll get to see some.
And it's Alkaholiks, ALKAHOLIKS. We spell it different.
No. I'm gonna make sure to put some links in the description, so everyone can find you guys. And I mean, this is fun, man. I mean, I'm having a really good time. I mean, obviously, I can talk to you guys all day. This has been great. But before we end, I just wanted to see if you guys had any like closing thoughts or closing remarks that you wanted to throw out that the people need to know.
Yeah, let me go first, and then I'll let Tash wrap us up. So, last and final thoughts. We really want y'all to understand that this isn't just music, right? So, if you see the hat, we got some Alkaholiks gear. See the shirt, we got some Alkaholiks gear. See Tash's shirt, that's Live Victorious, right? Tash runs with the weed brand as well called Smokeaholiks. So, we've got clothing in real life brands that are going to be coming out, businesses that we're going to be building off of this. We're partnering with other NFT communities to really put out in real world brands and products for y'all to get. So y'all be able to grab, an Alkaholiks hat or a Live Victorious hat or a Smokeaholics shirt or something like that. And we're going to really put that in terms of blockchain technology to its test. So, you know, looking at kind of some of those L NFTs or NFT labels, right? And things like that. So, you know, just rock with us as we build this new technology in this new world. Really looking forward to it. People will be able to use some of that creative art as well to build brands off of it as well. So, you know, sky's the limit, man. Super excited. I want to thank Tash for all he's been doing. He's a trooper. We're going back to the days of knocking on, you know, execs' doors and out in the streets, and y'all gonna see us everywhere, right? So spaces and discords and your community, you know, hit me up on Twitter if you want to partner. If your project's any good, we'll consider it. So, you know, we're gonna be the blue collar rappers, the rappers of the people out there with them. So you'll be able to get to know them. And really, you know, putting in that work. So let's get to work.
Yeah, real quick before we get off, let me say this too. When my cousin Kevin right here was talking about the Live Victorious, that's a brand I'm co-owner of. That's why I was doing all this, showing the hat and all this stuff and everything, because we didn't really say that. So that's what he meant. But on the way out though, on the real, I just want people that really appreciate what this hip hop, this whole thing that I dedicated my life to is all about. We just bringing it back to the essence. And it started off, you know, hip hop it started off, it had integrity, it had morals, it had, you know, all kinds of, you know, stuff that, and I ain't telling nobody how to rap or this or that, but I just think that, you know, this music, we could change some lives and everything. And I don't know if it is, if it's like that where you live at and everything, but, you know, I live in the boonies, the suburbs of, you know, Vegas. I live in the nice part, and it's still, you know, that, you know, you got the little white kids running around talking about gang and shit, you know what I'm saying? So you know what they're gonna do to you and everything. So I just think that if y'all really want to hear that real, man, just come to us, man. That's all, you know.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you guys. I really appreciate this opportunity. I think that, you know, you guys have shared so much, and this is something that people need to hear. I think music NFTs are going to be big. I mean, NFTs in general are going to be big, but specifically music NFTs are going to be huge. And so what you guys are doing, like I said, it's going to explode. You know, like I said, I'm going to get a Tash Pass. I know my community members, my audience is going to get a Tash Pass as well. And so, but I just want to thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Your guys' time is so valuable to me. So, like I said, I appreciate you spending this time with me. And so, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you back.
All right.